A very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News. Here are the headlines of this hour. TDP to pull out 2 of its ministers from the Union Cabinet over the issue of special status for Andhra Pradesh. BJP announces pullout of 2 of its ministers from the state cabinet, saying that the party went out of its way to help the state. Short duration discussions slated in Rajya Sabha over scams in public sector banks. Upper House to also discuss failure of banking regulators to check frauds. Discussion on banking irregularities also slated in Lok Sabha. Nephew Rio to be sworn in as Chief Minister of NDPP BJP government in Nagaland today. 11 cabinet ministers to be administered the oath by Governor P.B. Acharya. Amit Shah and Rajnath Singh to attend the ceremony in Kohima. Celebrating International Women's Day, President and Vice President hail contribution of women in society. President to honour 30 women and 9 institutions with the Nari Shakti Puraskars. Prime Minister to launch Beti Bachao Beti Padhao in 479 more districts. All women's team at the helm through the day at Rajya Sabha TV. And India take on Bangladesh tonight in the second match of the Tri-Nation T20 tournament in Sri Lanka. Rohit Sharma's team look to overcome their first match loss against hosts. In hockey, India to play the last round robin match against Ireland at the Aslan Shah Cup. Our top story today, the Telugu Desam party has decided to pull out two of its ministers from the Union Cabinet over the issue of special status for Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu has asked his 2 ministers, Civil Aviation Minister Ashok Gajapati Raju and Minister of State for Science and Technology Y.S. Chaudhary, to resign today. Naidu made the announcement at an emergency press conference in Amravati last night, saying that the decision was painful but was taken keeping the state's interest in mind.
ఎవరైతే కేంద్రంలో ఉన్నారో ఇద్దరు మంత్రులు రాజీనామా చేస్తే బాగుంటుందనే ఉద్దేశంతో అందరితో చర్చించిన తర్వాత నిర్ణయం చేశాం. కేబినెట్లో అశోక్ గారు ఉంటే ఆయన బయట వచ్చారు, కొంచెం ఆలస్యమైంది. వస్తాను ఆయనతో మాట్లాడాం, సుజనా చౌదరితో మాట్లాడాం, ఎంపీస్తో మాట్లాడాం.
TDP's announcement came hours after Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said that the centre was willing to provide the monetary equivalent of a special category state to Andhra Pradesh, but would not be able to grant it special status, which was restricted only to the northeastern and 3 hill states by the 14th Finance Commission.
That external agencies, World Bank, Asian Development Bank, JICA, they support programs in Andhra. That money is to be repaid back, should be repaid 90% by the centre, and a sum equivalent to the monetary compensation or the monetary compensation equivalent of special category status will come by externally aided programs which are to be repaid 90-10. Centre has agreed. We even today stand by them.
And in a tit-for-tat move, the BJP ministers in Andhra Pradesh announced their decision to quit from the state cabinet moments after Chandrababu Naidu's announcement. Kamineni Srinivas and P. Manekyala Rao, BJP ministers in the state cabinet, will resign today. The BJP, however, rejected Chandrababu Naidu's allegation, saying that the centre went out of its way to help the state. GVL Narasimha Rao said that the government worked to ensure that Andhra Pradesh got full resources in infrastructure and industrial sectors after the bifurcation of the state.
The decision of the TDP to withdraw its ministers from the central government is motivated by political considerations. The centre has implemented in just about 3 years most of the promises that have been made in the AP Reorganization Act. Most of the provisions in the AP Reorganization Act, they were implemented in 3 years, while there is a time frame of 10 years available for their implementation.
The Congress, meanwhile, has said that the TDP's decision to pull out ministers from the centre was too little too late, as it has done nothing to protect the interests of Andhra Pradesh in the past 4 years. Senior Congress leader M. Pallam Raju called the development unfortunate, saying that the TDP abandoned the interests of the state and the withdrawal is political posturing in view of the prevailing public mood.
After sensing the public mood, he has, and probably because it's an election year, he is now posturing that, he wants the special category status implemented. It's an unfortunate development. Being a coalition partner with a lot of experience, he should have insisted on it for the last 4 years, which he didn't.
In other news that we'll be tracking later today, in Nagaland, NDPP leader Nephew Rio will take oath as Chief Minister today. Governor P.B. Acharya would administer the oath of office and secrecy to Rio and 11 ministers in the presence of Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh and BJP President Amit Shah. Assam Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal, Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu and Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, who was recently elected, were also expected to attend the ceremony. Rio will be assuming the charge of Nagaland Chief Minister for the 4th time. He had served his 3 previous terms between 2003 and May 2014. The newly mandated alliance government has 32 elected members of the NDPP, BJP, JDU and 1 independent MLA. And on to news from Parliament, where a short duration discussion is slated on reported scams in some public sector banks and the failure of the banking regulators to check them. The Rajya Sabha could not transact any business on Wednesday for the 3rd day in a row as members protested over the PNB fraud case and other issues. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu also expressed anguish over the continued protests despite the discussion on the bank fraud being allowed and listed in the day's agenda. He also strongly condemned incidents of vandalism of statues in different parts of the country.
After formal business ended in the Rajya Sabha on Wednesday, there were protests by members on several issues. The Congress and the TMC sought to raise the issue of the PNB fraud, while the AIA-DMK and the DMK demanded constitution of the Kaveri Water Management Board. The TDP and a Congress member demanded special status to Andhra Pradesh. The chairman repeatedly urged members to allow the House to function, as a short-duration discussion on bank fraud was already listed.
This bank issue is a very important issue. Let us start the discussion. Please go back to your respective seats. The entire country wants discussion. The entire country wants discussion. Please go back to your seats. Every issue is important. Kaveri is important. Andhra is important. This bank issue also is important. I am ready to permit all discussions, but provided if the House is in order.
The chairman also sternly disapproved of statues being vandalized.
It's mad whoever does it, whether it is Tamil Nadu, whether it is West Bengal, whether it is Tripura, whoever does it, it's mad, and appropriate authorities, I hope, will take firm action. That's the view.
As the protests continued, the chairman adjourned the House till 2 p.m.
The House is adjourned to meet at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
The protests continued even in the post-lunch session, with no visible respite in sight. The chair adjourned the House till Thursday.
Adjourned up to tomorrow morning.
Chairman once again assured the members that he would allow discussion on all the issues under appropriate rules. In fact, a short-duration discussion on reported scams in some public sector banks and failure of banking regulators to check them was listed. But due to disruptions, members could not participate in an edifying debate to find solutions to fix the problem. Reporting from Parliament, with camera person Manoj, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
A discussion is also slated in Lok Sabha on alleged banking irregularities. On Wednesday, uproar continued in Lok Sabha as well. As soon as the House met for the day, opposition members refused to allow the House to function. After the House was adjourned for the day, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan also convened a meeting with the leaders to appeal for the smooth functioning of the House.
In order to end the disruptions in the Lok Sabha, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan on Wednesday appealed to all parties to allow the House to function smoothly. She urged party leaders to raise their demands in a proper manner and find a solution.
मैंने सबको यही रिक्वेस्ट की है कि आप आपस में बातचीत करो, क्योंकि जो भी दृश्य जाता है वो ठीक नहीं जाता है. लोकसभा देखने के लिए भी बाहर के देशों से भी लोग आते हैं, या हमारे भी बच्चे गैलरी में भी बैठे रहते हैं, घर घर में बैठे हुए लोग देखते हैं. और कहीं ना कहीं पार्लियामेंट का उद्देश्य जो है वो थोड़ा सा इधर उधर हो जाता है।
Meanwhile, protests continued in Parliament for the third day on various issues, including the Punjab National Bank fraud case. The House was first adjourned till 12 p.m. and then for the day.
कुछ मसले ऐसे हैं कि जिनका हल लोकसभा से वैसे नहीं हो सकता जिस तरीके से चाहते हैं, और मैंने यही कहा है कि अलग अलग मसले होते हैं, मगर लोकसभा कोई भी आपका मामला हो उसको उठाने के लिए किसी नियम के अंतर्गत उठाने के लिए अनुमति देने के लिए है, और वो हम दे देंगे।
The Congress and the TMC raised the issue of Punjab National Bank fraud case and asked Prime Minister Narendra Modi to give a reply. The TDP pressed for special status to Andhra Pradesh, while AIADMK members trooped into the well, demanding the constitution of Kaveri Management Board. The TRS demanded raising the reservation quota beyond 50% in Telangana. Ravindra Singh Shiran's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
A quick break here. We'll be back with more news in a bit. Stay with us.
हम आपको मिलवाने वाले हैं मेघालय के महिला प्रधान समाज।
We don't want to preach, but we practice. If you find our practice is good, then why not take it from us with you?
My mother, and even in our society, they will never be against. You know, you choose the person, he's right for you, they give us blessings.
If there's a girl in the house, because she carries the lineage of the family, so that's what zaruri hota hai. Like, it's we always want a girl, at least one girl.
While March 8th celebrates women's rights and women's empowerment all across,
संघर्ष की रास्ता बहुत लंबी है, मगर हम लड़ेंगे, हम जीतेंगे।
आप में उतनी ताकत है कि आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर सकती है, और इसी कॉन्फिडेंस को हमें हमेशा हमारी तरफ रखना चाहिए।
कोमल है, कमजोर नहीं तू, शक्ति का नाम ही नारी है, सबको जीवन देने वाली, मौत भी तुझसे हारी है, मौत भी तुझसे हारी है।
Watch a special program, Women in Power, on Rajya Sabha television. Happy Women's Day!
Today is International Women's Day, and the day is marked every year to commemorate the movement of women's rights. The decision to mark the day on this day was first suggested at the International Women's Conference in 1910. It was later, in 1975, that the United Nations adopted it as an annual calendar event. The day is marked across the globe by acknowledging and celebrating women achievers across fields. President Ramnath Kovind has extended his greetings to all women on the day. In his message, he said, and I quote, "This is a day to recognize the contributions of women in different facets of life, whether personal or professional. India's women have succeeded admirably in their endeavors, often in the face of formidable challenges. They're a source of inspiration for their families and for a society and nation." He added, on this occasion, let us resolve to build a better society where women can realize their full potential and can give their best for the nation's development. Let us work for a future where every Indian woman gets what she deserves, equal treatment under conditions of equality, unquote. And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has also sent out his greetings on the day. He said, and I quote, "Many issues concerning women get highlighted today. But two things which I feel should receive renewed focus are gender equality and safety of women. We all have to act collectively to raise awareness against discrimination of the girl child. From times immemorial, we have the tradition of respecting women. In fact, no religion denigrates the status of women. Aberrations have crept into our ways of living in modern times and they have to be eliminated. Ancient Indian thought and vision were idealistic. Unfortunately, there seems to be a big hiatus between ancient Indian thought and harsh contemporary realities. The Vice President also stressed that with women constituting about 50% of our population, social, economic and political empowerment of women, including providing reservation in Parliament and state legislatures, has to be accorded top priority for the country to achieve rapid progress, unquote. And President Ramnath Kovind will honor individuals and organizations working for women empowerment and present them with the Nari Shakti Puraskar on the occasion of International Women's Day today. Recipients who will be felicitated are from diverse fields including sports, arts, social work, science, agriculture, education, security, handicraft and defense. This year, 30 individual awardees and 9 institutional awardees have been selected. Justice Geeta Mittal, Mehvish Mushtaq, Tinlas Coral, Madhu Jain, Rekha Mishra, R. Uma Devi Nagraj and Pushpa Garima are among the awardees. Justice Geeta Mittal is being awarded for the Vulnerable Witness Project for survivors of sexual violence, T. Coral for the Ladakhi Women's Travel Company. Mehvish Mushtaq will be awarded for developing the first ever Android application for Kashmir called Dial Kashmir. Madhu Jain for the Indian textile innovation, Rekha Mishra for single-handedly rescuing 953 runaway and lost or trafficked children from the Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus railway station in Mumbai. R. Uma Devi Nagraj will be getting the award for emerging as the female world champion in billiards. Also, a Chhattisgarh government initiative of setting up a bakery unit for survivors of human trafficking will be receiving an award from the president. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be marking the 3rd anniversary of the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao event at an event in Jhunjhunu in Rajasthan today. Giving a fillip to the government's initiative to save and educate the girl child, the Prime Minister will inaugurate the pan-India expansion of the program up from the existing 161 districts to 640 districts. The Prime Minister will interact with beneficiary mothers and girl children of the program. He will distribute certificates to best performing districts under the program. In another landmark initiative, the Prime Minister will also launch the National Nutrition Mission nationwide. The mission strives to reduce undernutrition and low birth weight, bring down anemia among young children, women and adolescent girls, and to reduce the prevalence of stunting among children. Best performing 10 districts across the country for significant progress in sex ratio at birth will also be felicitated by the PM. Let's turn our focus to more national news. In Karnataka, Lokayukta P. Vishwanatha Shetty is now in a stable condition in a critical care unit of a private hospital in Bengaluru. Vishwanatha Shetty has been stabbed multiple times on Wednesday in his office while hearing a case. The accused, who was identified as Tejraj Sharma, attacked Shetty in his chamber. Home Minister Rajnath Singh has spoken to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and expressed concern over the attack. The Home Minister has wished Justice Shetty a speedy recovery. Siddaramaiah has assured strict action for lapse of security. According to news reports, the attacker had filed a complaint with the Lokayukta about not getting a tender for a work he had applied for. He stabbed him after being told that the case was shut after investigation.
Investigation as so far. The person who has caused these injuries and has been immediately secured and he has been detained by the police and he is in the police custody.
Vishwanath Shetty is stable, is out of danger. It is a very serious attempt has been made. But lot of, according to our friends, lot of security and everything was been there, but still it has been lapsed. But he is okay.
इतना ही दर्शाता है वहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री सिद्धरामैया के नेतृत्व में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पूरा शिथिल नहीं हुआ है, ध्वस्त हो चुका है।
The CBI has registered a fresh case against billionaire jeweler Nirav Modi in the PNB fraud case. The new case has been registered in connection with the alleged fraud in credit facilities extended by PNB, causing a loss of 321 crore rupees. The bank has alleged in its complaint that its Brady Road branch in Mumbai had extended credit facilities to Firestar Group between 2013 and 2017. According to reports, the agency has named Nirav Modi, Vipul Ambani, who was the then president of finance of Firestar Diamonds International Limited. The agency has also named chief finance officer, other directors and officials of the company, and unidentified public servants of the bank. Meanwhile, the Gem and Jeweler Export Promotion Council has said that it will suspend Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi from the council if they fail to respond to their notices in the fraud case by Friday. The council has so far issued 2 notices to both Modi and Choksi seeking an explanation, but are yet to receive any response. The council has also submitted suggestions to the government on how to strengthen norms to avoid any financial irregularities in future. And the Central Bureau of Investigation has moved a special court seeking permission to conduct narco analysis test on Karti Chidambaram. The application for narco analysis tests assumes significance as the agency had alleged that Karti was not cooperating in the investigation and was evasive in his replies. The court will take up the matter for hearing on Friday. The court has also decided to pronounce on a bail plea of Karti Chidambaram's chartered accountant on 12th of March. On Tuesday, Karti Chidambaram was sent to 3 more days of CBI custody, with the court saying that the extension of his remand was necessary to maintain continuity in the investigation to secure evidence to arrive at the truth. India and Pakistan will repatriate civilian prisoners over 70 years of age and also women prisoners who are in each other's custody. Further, a team of medical experts would also be allowed to meet mentally unsound prisoners so as to facilitate their repatriation. It has also been agreed to resume visits of the Joint Judicial Committee, which looks into issues of fishermen and prisoners in each other's custody. The last such visit was in October 2013 by a Pakistani committee to India. These suggestions were made by External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj in October 2017. Pakistan agreed on implementing the measures on Wednesday. The officials of both sides would be working on the modalities to implement the understanding reached on these humanitarian issues. And staying with Pakistan, a court has extended a stay against the possible arrest of Mumbai terror attack mastermind and Jamaat-ud-Dawa chief Hafiz Saeed till the 4th of April. The judge expressed displeasure over the failure of the federal and state governments in filing their replies on Saeed's allegations. Saeed, who founded Lashkar-e-Toiba, is carrying a bounty of $10 million placed by the US government on his head. The US Department of Treasury has already declared him a specially designated global terrorist. In Sri Lanka, curfew remains imposed in riot-hit Kandy district after reports of violence between majority Sinhala Buddhists and minority Muslims in the multi-ethnic district. 2 people have been killed and several mosques and homes have been damaged in recent clashes. Following the incidents of violence in Kandy and other areas, President Maithripala Sirisena had declared a state of emergency on Tuesday. It is the first time since August 2011 that a state of emergency is in force in the island. On to sports, and India will take on Bangladesh at the Nidahas T20 Triangular Trophy today in Colombo. Team India have to recover from their opening loss to Sri Lanka, which had lost by 5 wickets. The hosts scored 175 runs for 5 wickets at 18.3 overs. In today's match, skipper Rohit Sharma is not expected to make any changes in the 11, but Akshar Patel, who is the most experienced spinner in the squad, might get to bowl alongside Yuzvendra Chahal. The match will begin tonight at 7 p.m. And India will play their last round-robin match of the ongoing Aslan Shah hockey tournament against Ireland. On Wednesday, India outplayed host Malaysia 5-1 to keep the chances alive to play in the final of the tournament. Shilanand Lakra opened the score for India in the 10th minute before Malaysia's Faisal Sari equalised in the 33rd minute. Gurjan Singh then scored twice and was supported by Sumit Kumar and Ramandeep Singh as India registered their first win of the tournament. That's it on the Breakfast News. Have a good day.